nice transition. Nice transition. I am simply just waking up. So, um, I beg your pardon for how I sound and kind of act. But let me start off by saying, hey guys, welcome to another live stream of Final Fantasy XIV Online Adventures Sirius, where last episode, why do you think I always have found difficulty of how the word, because a lot of, alright, so we found out the identity of IcyHeart, and we also, jeez, what did we do? Hold on. Microphone. Check. 1, 2. Well. Do that one. You know, hold that thought. Let me. No. Oh, I tried to close the wrong thing. Because that music, I'm pretty sure, will probably get flagged. That. And real quickly, let me simply just hit this up. Right, we found a traitor, a girl, Eileen? Yeah, I remember she was actually the person known as Ivory. Ivy. Yes. I am slowly remembering. Okay. With that being said, I know we captured Ivy, the real person who infiltrated the Immortal Flames. I guess now we kind of figure out what happens with that, and we now continue to pursue IcyHeart, which is gonna be So IcyHeart is a terrorist, but he laid down with some dragons, and in doing so, believe that she can find a way to. I don't know, like bring peace, but I'm not sure how the two are connected now that I think about it out loud. So let me set up this alarm. Oh, wrong button. The hero that I am. Okay, so we're going back to the Rising Stone, and I believe we're going to report back to Mephilia. Everything that me and Alphonse have taken care of over at Iscard. I didn't know you knew tricks. Steady. Not bad, huh? With a little more practice, I can earn a fortune at the Ruby Road Exchange, which is at Udall, the main street. Well, part of the main street. The other part of the main street is called Emerald Road. I learned that yesterday by simply, alright, so I encountered somebody. I'm like, oh, yeah, looks awesome. And they seem to be a role player. And I'm like, oh yeah, we should definitely go and talk to that person. And we looked all over Udall for that person. Again, we found the person, but the first person was kind of, I don't know, preoccupied. Didn't really respond or anything, so it's kind of like, failed again at trying to make human connections. Welcome back, Sirius. I understand that Alphonse is a task for you. I asked what it was. Yeah, taking down terrorists and, espionage. Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale, maybe. Eileen Rowe. That's what I'm gonna call her now. I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust in the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into IcyHeart's sanctum. See, told you. Going to well, hopefully IcyHeart's sanctum will lead us to Shiva, because I am dying to meet Shiva. Ophelia has never been one to hesitate when it comes to asking others for aid. Oh, really? Aiken broth. See, that sounds like all kinds of deliciousness. As you may recall, IcyHeart used the Aetheryte in the death of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from the house of F. Caravan.
Switch over. This sadly might be the way that I have to talk today because for whatever reason, it is not working. Oh, you know what? That explains that. Okay, I tried to close the wrong window. Give me a hot second, ladies and G's, as I try to troubleshoot my own computer. Did you already update? No way. Oh, yeah. And you should work. Okay, so that worked. My audio's still kind of messed up, but for right now, since I do not have the solution, this microphone, the secondary microphone I have, not this one, sadly, because I haven't figured out how to make that one work. Wait, can I try that now? I'm losing valuable time, valuable short.
Okay. So now you're gonna decide to work for no reason other than like, you know, right now's a good time. Sure. Cool. Cool. Alright, fine. Be that way. Wait. Would this work? Hold on. Is that being monitored? Monitor this? No. Okay. That goes close. This one. Why do you have like monitor output? Hello? Mic check 1, 2. No? Okay. That's fine. Everything else works exactly as it should. And, well, as much as it should anyway. Done with this. Now get into this. Sorry, because I'm just kind of waking up, I will not be able to do much talking. What manner of woman is she? I wonder. We had spoken before via link pearl, of course, but it's not the same. We just wait. For a second there, I thought she was IcyHeart. Well, IcyHeart, sorry.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
I no longer like the guy in the back.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar, and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
For an outpost in an ether-rich wasteland, this place is a good deal livier than I expected. Just goes to show that you never know until you know. Let us return to the Rising Stone at once, then. We have much to discuss. Is that Tapis Mati on the wall behind back there? I'm amazed you managed to find all the pieces after, well, you know, the calamity maybe? And I think she means the staff back there. That's called Tupsamati? Tupsamati? The lore. The lore. Hey, Thancred, let me get back to fuck up.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister. A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Yeah, the resemblance is uncanny.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
I don't know why, but that pose. Crazy. Okay. Just gonna pause like that? Alright,
Everyone, if I could have your attention.
Okay.
We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Charlian to assist us.
Charlian.
I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits, and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
So glad to let him talk.
You still haven't found it, then? You're missing Aetherite.
No.
We have not. No. We know that IcyHeart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for IcyHeart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now IcyHeart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that IcyHeart used the Aetherite.
Yeah, that's me.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate.
That sounds fucking dangerous.
However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You need a lot of ether to push. I would hopefully lead us to where we need to be.
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
No, not impossible. Well, in theory.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal.
What is this white aura sight?
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the Aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Moon seems cool. Just cool. No Mephilia. And definitely no Merroweb. The instrument of our deliverance. A plan has been devised. Mephilia would have it carried out without further delay. I've already informed Alphonse of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moon described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Stonecloak before proceeding. I expect you to find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Sirius, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Map is so freaking huge, you got so much to explore. But enough all. Moot. Trust in the power of light, auras, aura sight, Sirius. And in me, of course. Sure. Good to see you, Sirius. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbred sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Aline Rowe in Udall, even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the IV upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the ether ray. After you, Scion. Alright. We're not gonna die because we're the main character plot. So, no sweat. Alright, I gotta ask. Do they give them, like, the life energy? Or do they just all have, like, you know, a certain amount of crystals? I don't know. Okay, ready. It worked! I think. Try tuning to the ether right now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Me? I guess I am the one that was, you know, expendable. Then I have the echo. We have done all we can, Sirius. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you will arrive safely, you must stop IcyHeart before she summons Shiva. I have in mind to join you, but the guy in the back made me promise I wouldn't. Apparently the thought of me becoming Shiva's thrall was too much to bear. As if I'd give her the chance. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted IcyHeart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. And if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I will encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about waging their lives on the success of Moon's experiment, but others will surely agree that the desperate times call for desperate measures. But before you summon your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Americ. Sir Americ regrets that he cannot be here in person and asks that I read you this letter. His guard faces an unprecedented threat. Yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand posed to defend her. Sir Sirius, the warrior of light, savior Eurosia, your deeds to say shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you chose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Helon bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. I can do hard. to it, I guess. Alright. I'm gonna have to join other people this time. Wait time 5 minutes. Well then. Alright, so I tried doing this, but just the extreme, and it whooped my ass. And I tried doing hard, and I did hard 4 to 5 times. Not a problem. I really learned nothing. This is odd. See, that's not right. That's not right. That's not what that is supposed to look like. Am I just doing that wrong? Now we're rocking it this way. I need some hot stuff. Hold on. You know what? No point in just standing here, right? Might as well just, you know, move onward and find something worth looking into. Back, guys. I'll go with you, baby Dorita. Okay, where are we? Oh, look at that. Alright. Go. Oh, we're a big group now. IcyHeart.
You should never have come here, warrior of light.
Stop it.
I labor only to forge a lasting peace.
Violence doesn't work.
A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith.
You should have better PR system.
No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance.
Ooh, she said the name of the title.
Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Shiva used to be my favorite summon in 7 and 8. I'm really quite I'll put you down all the thing. Those who have taken up the sword shall perish in my death. No, let me try to say that cool. Those who have taken up the sword shall perish by the sword. I feel a lot worse. Announce the picture that consumes you. Huh. You know what? I probably should have shadow them like this. Wait a minute. Get that? You hear the future? Everybody's fine. I got to at least recommend one person. This would have helped me. I received a player recommendation. Though I didn't do anything special. I know you think you're doing good, but you were doing more harm.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
Of course.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence.
So more violence brings more violence, right? Or no violence. More violence brings no violence. That's not how that works. Your fighting will just cause more death. I think you know that.
Mine is the righteous cause.
To the end, huh?
You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift.
I wonder if that means see the child.
Hear, feel, think.
Chills. Same words the crystal lady tells us.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Oh wow, they immediately teleported me back to where I needed to be. Hey Moon, job's done. By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? IcyHeart did what? You're certain about that, are you? Dragons are skilled with glamour, after all. Look, if you say that what you saw, I believe you. Sorry, if you said that's what you saw, then I believe you. It's just that I never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough. I was only asking. Moon remains unconvinced that you have not sustained a head injury. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stone, huh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. And before that, you had best pay a visit to Wimbrim Front and speak with Alphonse. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Isk Guardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Well then. If I remember correctly, White Brim Front is not. Okay, there it is. I remember this beast. One of the first monsters I had to hunt down. Damn, didn't mean to do that. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. I swung my sword around, thing died. What can I say? Oh yeah, she said some stuff at the end. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. At an outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Sirius to thank. Yes, you're right, of course. You're right, Sir Aramek. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I feel one could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been rooted. Aye, there is the matter of IcyHeart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord D is the caravan ready. Supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Reverend's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the same supplies the heretics stole from the house of caravan from before. Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of this shipment, yes. Sufficely a fraction of that which was promised, but meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, and an unrelated note, Sirius. Might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? This is not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he heard of your intake to risk life and limb to stop IcyHeart. I know. It's called IcyHeart. IcyHeart rolls off the tongue. It takes half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Sure. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. I could ride, or check this out. Super teleport. Lord H. I'm about to say, who's this chick? I'm like, oh, you're not really here. Okay. Nope, not doing work on me. Maybe the belt? What are you? You're a monk, but I've never seen those weapons before. Oh, that's impressive. Necklace, fingers. Belts is a weird thing. Meh. I like my jeans better. But once again, how people put things together, really interesting. If our business here is concluded, we should attend to Sir Aramark in the intercessory. What were you thinking, Sirius? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Lionheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficed forewarned to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway, and then engaging the abomination in mortal combat by fury, Sirius. This was the stuff of ballads, a battle of the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. And yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wander at the fate of a dear friend, for a vulnerable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my worst hated enemy. But you're here now, and that's what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aramark wishes to have words with you, and Master Alphonse in private. He waits for you in intercessory. I guess I have to leave to go there. I'm guessing I have to leave to go there. I'm guessing. I'm sorry if my volume. I'm so used to my microphone being right here, but now it's further back and I can't push it back because it's part of the webcam. So I will try to talk louder, but I don't like doing that. I'm not much of a yellow. Okay. Fortune's card. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Sure, do that. That'd be great.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe and that military action should be taken only in self-defense.
You guys won't be able to hold on your own.
All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment.
He doesn't mean you.
Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary.
We need to investigate that lake anyway.
We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard Zoma could return?
Midgard Zoma?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
You seem angry there, bud.
Choose your next words carefully.
I am the hero of light. You really want to fight me?
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is?
Backdoor bribes, if I had to guess.
Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
And he's more or less being very open about the idea that he's trying to use us. But then again, one good. Scratching one back, get our scratches as well, is what I mean.
As we are to you, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
I don't like her. Just letting you know, not a fan. Do not recommend.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
I learn.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Good.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Sorry that I lost a little bit of it. You got it back now. The road less traveled. Alright. So we are done today. That's been an hour. And I know that there's maybe a little bit, I don't know, working on a couple things, but I think that this would be a good place to stop. And for me to take care of a couple of things today. And wake up a little bit more. But thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And joining me in this journey, as sluggish as it may be. Thank you guys very much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next stream.